Hello everyone, I'm AT Storm Track meteorologist Austin Haskins. While we dealt with low clouds and some fog to start off our Wednesday, a good chunk of the area ended up clearing out enough to see a little bit of sunshine yesterday, but some of us unfortunately did not. And of course, that played a role in how warm we got, which was one of the things we talked about. You can see, for example, here, Ladysmith and Medford only getting to 33 and 32 respectively. But Black River Falls, because you guys cleared out, got all the way up to 43 degrees. We got to 38 in Eau Claire and 39 in Menominee and New Richmond. Our average high this time of the year in Eau Claire is right around 23, 24 degrees. So whether you saw cloudy skies all day long or you ended up seeing some sunshine, these numbers were above seasonal levels by a decent bit. Now, we are starting off our Thursday, though, because of the melted snow and ice that we had a little bit yesterday, leading to some of that lower level moisture kind of sticking around here in the lower levels of the atmosphere and at the surface, leading to foggy conditions, and that's what we're dealing with here to start off our Thursday. Now, this afternoon into tonight, we will have rain moving in from the south to the north and east, and then eventually changing over to a little bit of a rain-snow mix and even some snow late this evening into the overnight hours. And then we are looking at a chance for snow showers Friday night into Saturday, though there are still a few question marks on that system, and we'll talk about that here coming up. So we have a dense fog advisory that is in place for all of western Wisconsin that goes till 9 a.m. for most of the area, but for Buffalo, Trempealeau, Jackson, Clark, and Taylor counties, it will go till 10 a.m. Now, the reason for that is because those 5 counties are served by the National Weather Service in La Crosse, while Eau Claire, Chippewa, and Rusk counties west to the Minnesota border and into Minnesota are served by the Weather Service in Minneapolis. So that's why the times are a little bit different. But either way, we are dealing with some dense fog this morning, so give yourself some extra time, slow down, and also watch out for icy and slick spots with those temperatures below freezing. Now, we're also watching these areas of lower pressure to our southwest that's going to be kind of combining together and swinging northeast today, and that brings in our next round of precip to the area. Now, there is going to be a little bit of colder air with this that spills in on the backside, but we're not really expecting a big snow event out of this by any means necessary. So we'll show you that here. A lot of clouds around for today. Again, the fog will begin to lift a little bit towards midday into the early afternoon. And here's 4:30. You can see the rain moving in from the south to the north, and it is showing as a rain-snow mix to the north and west, but I think we're going to be warm enough to where this is all going to be rain through about early evening. And you can even see here by around 7, 8 o'clock this evening, you can see over to the east some of the yellows and even oranges and reds showing up. There could be some pretty heavy downpours in some of these locations, while it's mostly just a light to moderate rain north and west of there. But sometime mid to late evening, we'll see that rain change over to snow, at least for a time, and then gradually end as we get into the overnight hours. By tomorrow morning, the morning commute should be dry as far as any precip chances go, but roads may be a little messy because we do slip back temperature-wise a little bit below freezing. But tomorrow with sunshine around, it's going to turn out to be a pretty nice day overall. Clouds will then increase again Friday late in the day into Friday night, and we'll have a chance for scattered snow showers possible late Friday night into Saturday morning. Now, this run of Future Track actually shows some clearing into the afternoon, and that round of snow that comes through is all we see. But others do at least keep some scattered light snow showers around into the afternoon hours and into Saturday evening. So what's happening here is the main low south and east of us that we were watching continues to kind of push farther south and east of the area, but there's still going to be a trough that swings through from that system, and there's a clipper that's going to be passing to the north and east with a trough that'll slide through the area as well, and that will at least allow for a few snow showers. But all of the better energy or forcing, if you will, with these systems is kind of displaced, so it's not exactly lining up, and that's why snow chances, while they're still there, have been trending down a little bit here in the coming days. So that is good news, at least for travel, but we still could have at least some minor snow accumulation with that. And then very quickly, I want to show you the HRRR model with this. This one has the rain coming in a little bit earlier in the afternoon, but generally in the afternoon is when we see the rain moving in. And here is 4:30. You can see light rain with the moderate to heavier rainfall south and east, and that'll continue into this evening. And then by about 9 o'clock or so is when we see that changeover. And now it's showing a good swath of snow falling at this point, but temperatures will be above freezing for most of this event before it slips below freezing early Friday morning. So it will be a very slushy, wet snow and it may be warm enough where it will be raining and snowing at the same time. So I think it's overdoing it a little bit there, but the idea is that we will see that changeover at some point this evening, and then we'll have the sunshine around for our Friday. So how much total precipitation are we looking at? The areas here in blue, so really from the Chippewa River southeast, on the order of a ½ inch to an inch of total precipitation, mostly in the form of rain, but some of that could include a little bit of snow. And then the totals are a little bit lighter as you go to the north and west. But keep in mind, though, too, it doesn't matter how much we get for rain and even a little bit of snow with this system. Keep in mind that with the melting snow and this occurring, be on the lookout for maybe some ponding of water or standing water on roadways. So make sure that those drainage areas on your street or near your location are cleared of ice and snow and maybe some other debris. So just kind of keep that in mind here. Maybe, kind of help out your neighbors there in that situation. But just if you're driving, be mindful of that as well. Now, as far as the snowfall forecast goes this evening into early Friday morning, right now I'm only keeping it at about a trace to a ½ inch. We'll kind of see how the data throughout the day pans out. High end, I have it at 3 inches because if we end up seeing temperatures cool enough and that changeover occurs a little bit earlier in the evening, we could have some slightly higher totals, but I don't really expect anything much more than that. And then as far as overnight Friday through Saturday night goes, most likely a trace to 2 inches, higher end could be up to 3 inches, but it's looking like the higher snow totals overall with the system are going to be across the eastern half of the state. So just kind of something that we'll continue to monitor here closely. But the latest trends have been for this to kind of be on the lighter end of the scale. Either way, I don't expect any advisories or alerts for the winter weather to be issued with this system. But as always, with winter systems, they can always bring a surprise. So we'll keep you updated if anything changes. Highs across the area today between about 35 and 40 degrees, which again is about 15 degrees above average. Lows tonight, upper 20s and lower 30s, maybe as cold as the mid 20s up near Balsam Lake in New Richmond. Tomorrow, looking at mostly mid 30s across the area, so we do climb back above the freezing mark. And then on Saturday, we're going to drop back into the mid to upper 20s. So the precip type with that second system is going to be all snow. Now Sunday, we're looking at a high of just 25 degrees, which is closer to average. And then we bump back up a little bit Monday and Tuesday to the mid to upper 30s with a few light rain and snow showers possible. Though the chances next week are looking pretty low. There's no real organized systems at this point to really give us much precip chances. And then we may see temperatures slide back towards average the second half of next week.